All right, welcome back to MTG Open Mic. I am here with Sean, one of the owners of OP Comics and Games, and we are getting ready for the final match of our CEDH Tournament of Champions number 11.
Yep.
Sean, we got a really good turnout for this event.
62 players, baby.
62 players, and we have Eric, aka Ragtime 4, versus Larry
The King.
The King.
Yep.
And we've got a crazy match. We had 62 players, 6 rounds before the cut to the top 8, and we have Ragtime 4 piloting Tevizat and Rograk versus Larry on
I believe he's on Mono Red Godo.
Mono Red Godo. So this is going to be control versus an aggro matchup. They're drawing their first hands now.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So a little bit about Larry. He had a career from 1996 to 1999. In 2000, he took a little hiatus, started playing back again in 2017, and he still plays presently. He has won 2 of our Commander tournaments so far, taking home the gold. He is a modern legacy player, and he also plays in the pre-releases usually. He mainly plays combo, but he plays various styles, and his favorite card is Survival of the Fittest.
As well as Memory Jar, which which is
I did not know that.
I love that card. And Ragtime 4 sees that Larry is going to mulligan.
Yes.
And pretty amazing player here.
Yeah. It is good to know that in our tournament, the first mulligan is free, that you choose to take in the beginning of each of your games.
Yeah, that's important. So this is a 1v1 CEDH tournament playing with the multiplayer ban list.
Yes.
Ragtime 4 has been working on this deck with his mentor Brian Weissman and Nate Prodzik. It's a control deck based on Weissman's The Deck strategy, which is primarily card advantage, resource denial, and removal of threats. And although he's been mentored by Brian and Nate since 2016, he is now mentoring Jock of Jock Nerds, which you can see he's repping the Jock Nerds playmat there since 2019, who is piloting the same deck and also made the top 8 of this tournament.
Oof. Seeing a turn 1 polluted into a snow-covered
swamp there.
Into a Rograk, into a Thoughtseize. Looks like Larry is going to lose one of his cards. So, what do you think? What do you think is the right pick here? I feel like Pithing Needle is probably the right pick on my side, but how do you feel?
I think 100% Pithing Needle is the pick because Ragtime is, he knows his deck is revolving around Tevizat, and so anything that can stop that is going to be a problem. I want to just point out, it's interesting the play of Rograk on turn 0 here, which to me signals that he could have Deflecting Swat or the Deadly Rollick in hand, because it protects you on turn 1 from any spell, because your commander takes 0 and those spells are free if you control your commander.
Yeah, definitely some good choices. Being able to play free spells based on having a commander is always very important. We've got a Wooded Foothills into a Badlands. Looked like Larry started with a nice, what is that, unglued? That is unglued. Unglued.
The OG unset.
Yeah. The OG unset. Those are my favorite unbasics. I wish I can get some more of them.
And also, you notice that we have a snow-covered swamp in the deck.
Yeah.
Which also tells me that Ragtime is likely playing a Tainted Pact, since I don't believe there are any cards that are snow-specific in the list.
Ooh, that's good to know. So we got
could be wrong.
City of Traders coming down.
City of Traders. So we are on turn 3. We've already got access to 4 mana, and Larry has
2 mountains currently.
Beautiful mountains.
That's gonna be a mana vault. Looks like revised from here.
So that's
interesting.
1 floating off of the city plus.
That's 5. It looks like for a Mind Twist.
6 mana total, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a Mind Twist for 5. Holy schmoly.
That is quite the play right here. I'm going to get rid of a lot of Larry's hand off that.
I think he's just rolling for which card to keep. Not a good sign. Not a good sign.
Looks like we got a Buried Ruin, a Cavern of Souls. I can't tell the middle artifact. But
it's a Mind Collapse on the end there.
And we got an Argentum Armor going to the graveyard.
Eric is taking a little peek at.
Yeah.
Says you can, what is it, sacrifice a mountain on your turn if it's your turn and destroy an artifact?
I believe so, yeah. Ooh. So we got the Channel Land from Kamigawa for red coming out. I can never remember that card's name. And a Defense Grid.
No one knows that card's name. No one knows it.
Shozinza?
No one knows it.
Nobody knows it?
Not one person.
I know it starts with S-H-O-Z something.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it does. I think it destroys an artifact?
No, it creates 2 1/1 tokens if you channel it.
Ooh. Yeah. That's fun.
So, Ragtime.
Choosing not
taking
to.
advantage, getting some artifact land, Thran Dynamo, which you're going to be able to tap to add 3 colorless.
Yes.
Yep.
It's definitely.
Oh.
Ragtime's definitely got a lot of mana going with the Winter Orb. With all those artifacts on board, it's going to be tough going.
So yeah, he's going to be playing with 4 mana every turn to Larry's 1.
So Ragtime's going to take another 1 from his mana vault. Got a Snow-Covered Mountain, tapping Badlands, a Snow-Covered Mountain, and Tevesh is coming out.
So Teverzat comes in with 4 loyalty. You can +1 to sacrifice a creature to draw 2 cards. But the great power here with Rograk is that you can sacrifice a commander to draw 3. So we're just watch Ragtime draw 3 cards here. Very casual Ancestral Recall.
In black and red.
In black and red.
Pretty good right there. So I've always found it very interesting dealing. Oh, Grafdigger's Cage. I always found it very interesting with Planeswalkers being commanders because it seems so good and feels so bad.
Real bad. Yeah. Yes.
They're so hard to interact with when they're when you don't have the right colors or you don't have the right removal spells. And you gotta. I feel like I always have to heavily rely on my creatures killing Planeswalkers. I don't know how you feel, but I usually go.
Well, my
Borg.
I play Vile Smasher in Teverzat. So I use Vile Smasher as my Planeswalker kill because he can direct his damage right at them. Yeah.
Combos there. Oh, gonna play Rograk and sack Rograk again.
Gonna draw 3 more cards. Look at the grip of cards Eric has in his hand. To Larry's 1.
Yeah, definitely gonna be tough. That Mind Twist did hurt really hard. What do we got there?
That is Duretti, so you can, I believe, sacrifice an artifact to destroy a creature or plus to make a construct of some sort. And
what is he going to choose? Looks like he's going to make a construct.
Might be a defender or something.
Looks like it has defender.
Yeah, 1/1 defender.
Good old Conspiracy Duretti that hasn't been reprinted yet. We get a lot of people asking for that card in the store, and
I kind of want one now. After
it's a good card.
Yeah,
it's very effective.
3 mana Planeswalker.
Yeah, who would have thunk 3 mana Planeswalkers would have been the most dominant 3-drop spells in Magic?
Well, that seems like a good idea.
No love for my 2-drop Tybalt though. Oh, we got it. Now this is interesting.
Expedition map. And he is gonna get.
Doesn't Grafdigger's Cage state players can't search libraries?
I believe it cannot enter from the graveyard.
Oh.
So cannot play creatures or cards from the graveyard.
That's right. Strip mine.
And a strip mine, which can sacrifice to destroy any land. Got a pretty solid lock here on Larry Legend.
Larry the King.
If he can get out of this, I will be amazed. Now we are targeting the basic mountain, which is, a strategic play since he knows he also has wasteland in the deck, which can target the non-basic, which isn't doing anything extra for Larry at the moment. So he may as well take the targets that are harder to target with the strip mine.
This is true. This is true.
And drawing just more cards. Looks like he has more cards in his hand.
Looks like he made a construct and sacrificed it to draw some cards.
That's right, yeah. So he made the construct with Duretti and sacrificed it with
Playing
Tevish.
Dark Rit to play Inquisition to see Twin Flame, and it looked like a Thran Dynamo. We got a Dark Confidant after that. Pure value, essentially. Value control.
And Larry plays a land and passes. This is
a tough match currently for Larry.
Yeah, looking tough. Ragtime has been playing since 1994 when the Dark came out, revealing a Fire Covenant off the top, a 3-mana instant sweeper. You can pay X life and divide X damage in any way you choose among any number of target creatures. And Larry does not currently have any creatures, so that is going to sit in Ragtime's hand. Playing a Mox Diamond here, discarding
Blackleaf
Cliffs, yeah.
Just definitely thinking about getting swinging with that Bob.
Finally, taking the aggressive approach and getting 2 damage in, taking Larry to 37.
Looks like he's gonna sacrifice that second construct he made.
I mean, just drawing 3 or 4 cards a turn here is really backbreaking and impossible for Larry in the current position after a Mind Twist for 5 to come back.
Looks like Barbarian Ring in the end.
Throwing Dynamo, Mox Diamond, and a third casting of Rogue Rack, so that is going to be 4 mana.
Just in time to come out to the board and have fun and play. Moonveil Key, I think.
Moonveil Key.
Pretty sure that was what that card was.
Yes, which I believe you can pay 1 to sacrifice it and search your library for a basic land. And it looks like someone is trying to show the camera, but doing a very poor job of it.
Yeah. It is very, very glary.
But that was a blurry version of that card. So,
well, I'm gonna have to fire that camera crew.
I hope that whoever did that is not currently announcing right now.
It shouldn't be. This is live.
Absolutely, 100%.
Coalition Relic coming off the top from Bob.
Taking 3.
Looks like taking another 1 also, probably from the Mana Vault. Yeah.
It's like Sean knows the future.
Well, I mean, he wasn't choosing to untap, so I imagine he was going to take the 1.
Just take a moment to note that Larry can also produce swamps from all of his mountains, as there is an Urborg in play.
Yes. One of your favorite cards.
Yeah. And
Rogue Rack going away again.
Going away, comes out, go away. Poor Rogue Rack, he is just taking a beating over and over again from Tevish.
Yeah, I mean, being able to draw 3 cards in red and black is pretty...
It is very, very good.
Yeah. Pretty strong. Mixing in the combo with Dark Confidant to give the extra card. I mean, drawing 5 cards in 1 turn seems pretty good to me. Got a Chrome Mox coming down. So many cards to choose from. Looks like
Shattering Spree. Jinx.
I couldn't see it. Can't believe it. Crucible Worlds. Oh, with the strip.
And it is important to note that the Grafdigger's Cage does not prevent lands from coming into play. That is what we call strip lock.
Or striptease.
Or strip lock.
Most likely strip lock. Ooh, foils for the Feast and Famine. Larry's going to scoop it up.
Yeah, once you get that, because Ragtime...
Now, that's interesting. So, I don't know if Larry and Ragtime have played previously in the tournament, but I feel like Ragtime pretty much had that game on lock, and he chose to reveal the Sword of Feast and Famine. That's giving information to his opponent.
Yeah, that is interesting, though it may have been that very reveal that finally got Larry to scoop.
That's a good point.
Although it's also, there is no time limit for this match, so here we go.
It is true, there is no time limit in top 8 at our tournament.
And we are shuffling up for game 2. Larry will be on the play.
All right. I didn't even notice that shirt that Larry has. That's a nice, cool shirt. Looks like Larry's gonna utilize his free mulligan. It's the beauty of having that free mulligan each game. Ooh, Ragtime is also gonna use this free mulligan.
So everybody don't like their hands, gonna shuffle up, they get another 7. If they choose to mulligan again, they will then have to go down to 6 cards. With a 100 card deck, it's really nice to get another look, and also really powerful. So the mulligan decisions in this tournament are also one of the most important pieces of the game, because it's important to know who you're playing against, what type of hand you want to have against that specific deck, and try to utilize that free mulligan every game to sculpt your hand into something that is going to be competitive against that matchup.
And one of our reasons for giving that free mulligan was because there are no sideboards in this game. So drawing a card you're forced to play in your main board that doesn't necessarily work against certain players or certain decks is not great.
Yeah, and so, I really like it.
So it definitely helps a lot of players. We have been suggested for the future to possibly remove it and take and allow people to have sideboards. With that, though, we would end up requiring deck lists again.
Yes, and that may be something
to do in the future.
Yeah, but this is the 11th tournament that we have
ran. Yeah,
we have run, as in becoming one
very
of,
popular,
if not the most attended CEDH tournament in the United States. Larry with a
Conqueror's Flail with a solar in turn
explosive first turn.
That's gonna be beautiful.
And what can Ragtime do to answer that? We're going
Blood Crypt,
shocked Blood Crypt.
Into a Dark Writ. Into a Necropotence.
Necropotence. Wow.
It's quite a turn 1 also. Looks like he's going to pay 4 life, draw some cards.
Technically, he's going to set those cards aside and then put them into his hand at the, at the end of the turn.
Sorry.
So he's going to have more than 7 cards going into the end step. Necropotence also says that whenever you do discard a card from anywhere, you exile it instead. So let's see.
I won't lie, it's not a card that I play very often. I have been mind-slavered with that card on the board one too many times. And for the folks at home, if you haven't been mind-slavered with a Necropotent on some board, Godspeed to you.
You should try it once.
Yeah,
just
once.
Try it one time.
But it is a very strong card, and it is very helpful, and it is a good card.
And exiling Ragavan and
looks like a wasteland.
In a wasteland.
Blast zone. Almost combined 2 cards there, Blasting Station and Blast Zone.
Oh yeah. So we got Blast Zone coming in with 1 counter. Eric taking a quick look at the text on that card. And Larry is not done with his turn just yet.
He's got lots of mana to do lots of things. I sense a Godo soon.
Oh, we got a Goblin Engineer.
Ooh. It's like a Tinkerer, but not.
Yeah, it just puts it in the graveyard instead, right? So Larry has announced he is searching for a basalt monolith and
That is a basalt monolith?
putting it into his graveyard.
I got a glare, but oh, that is a basalt monolith. You can see that very well from your angle. That looked like a simian spirit guide into a goblin welder.
Goblin welder, uh-oh.
Oh, we got the gobos. Gobos coming. What do we got? Conqueror's Flail coming on something?
Conqueror's Flail getting equipped onto the goblin welder.
Let's just turn that into a Grand Abulsure, why don't we?
Yes, so now Eric can no longer cast spells, is that right, during Larry's turn, and that is going to do it!
Whoa.
Ragtime is scooping, he sees the inevitability of the next turn, and a time-saving
fast
concession
game there.
here, and here we go into game 3, 1 game for Ragtime and 1 game for Larry. This is going to decide the whole tournament.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
With a prize pool of $1,240, 62 players. This is after 9 rounds of Magic. It all comes down to this 1 game.
Quite a lot of Magic.
Yeah, there were 3 black-red decks in the top 8 of this tournament. There was 2 Tevish Rograk and a Tevish Vial Smasher deck, which I thought was very, very strong, very well piloted. Had some tough luck in the top 8. But
they did make it to top 8, though.
They did make it to top 8, and I also heard they made it to top 8 the last month and even won the month before that.
Yes, I did hear that as well.
Great person, too. Just all-around good guy.
Yeah. That's agreeable.
Okay, here we go.
The only reason he's in here commentating is because he didn't get into the finals.
He's probably off crying somewhere.
No. He's working hard and hardly working.
And is that another mulligan from Larry Legend?
Hey, Larry the King. Larry the King, the legend, the myth.
Yeah, this deck is very impressive. As we mentioned earlier, Ragtime has been mentoring Jock Nerds, and they both brought the same deck, and both made it to the top 8.
And Larry's been piloting Godo for quite some time. I believe it is the deck that he won twice with.
Yes, 2 months consecutively.
Yeah,
as a matter
back
of
to
fact.
back.
Yeah. He is an experienced pilot of the deck and definitely knows how to run it efficiently. So they are both mulling over their hands. Larry, shifting uncomfortably, does not know if he likes what he sees. Was uncertain if he wants to go down to 6 cards.
Yes. This is what's always tough about these games, because there is a lot on the line. You're 1-1, you're in the finals. There's so much pressure.
A lot of pressure on these players in this situation. And Badlands, turn 1.
But both these players are very experienced, and they, I believe they both thrive well under pressure.
I agree.
I've noticed that they are both excellent players.
Holy moly. So we've got a Badlands, a Mana Crypt, a Mox Amber, a Mox Opal, and that is going to be 5 mana, turn 1 Tevish.
With a Rograk.
With a Rograk. And that is part of the explosive power of the Rograk, sacrificing to draw 3 cards, is it turns on Mox Amber, so it is effectively a Mox on turn 1. Especially it says Rograk takes 0, you play him, and then you have your Mox. Larry's going to come back with a gamble and see what he can find here to combat a turn 1 Tevish Zat Ancestral Recall effectively.
Yeah, that was almost like somebody just played a vintage game right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that you could get a better, maybe you could get a better hand with that deck than that. I'm not sure, but that's a pretty strong opening hand. We'll see what Larry's got up his sleeve to come back into this game on turn 2. Rolling. What do we got here? Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards.
Okay.
And looks like they're rolling a D8 with a reroll on an 8 and
Chaos
2
Warp
Chaos
going
Warp.
away.
I would guess that may have been the card that Larry gambled for, as there are not many ways in red, mono red, to deal with a planeswalker.
Not a lot, no.
You can do direct damage to them, but once he gets to 7. So now we've got an Urza Saga in play. We are tapping 6 mana on turn 2 for a God Pharaoh's Gift.
Okay.
That is an artifact that is going to make all of Larry's spells cost 2 additional colorless mana. So that's going to make it nearly impossible for Larry to do anything at all. So he can now cast a 0-costed spell.
Okay. It's gonna be a tough match.
And rolling for Mana Crypt, we lost the roll and taking 3 and drawing for turn. Taking up the Urza Saga, and with all the mana at his disposal, Eric takes his time to ponder the next play, which is going to be a Wooded Foothills. Fetching.
Reminder to take your damage. It is part of the ability. It is important.
I do like that Mana Crypt. That is the
Book promo.
original printing, right?
Yes, it is. Getting a snow-covered Mount Togna, so I like to call them. I like to call them Mount Tognas.
That's what I call them.
Yeah, sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Or Porgorigmos Enraged.
And we are tapping a Mana Crypt. And drawing 2, we sacked a Thrall token, it looks like.
Yes, indubitably.
With 2 mana floating.
That's what it looks like. It's an interesting play there. 3 mana. Culling the Weak, sacrificing a Thrall.
It's gonna net 4 black mana.
4 black mana. Dark Comfy, aka the Bob.
The Bob.
So that leaves 2 black and 1 colorless? Because I believe Culling the Weak is a 2-drop, isn't it?
No, it's just 1.
Is it 1?
Yeah, so we're gonna spend 2.
Making a construct with the Saga. 4, 3, Coalition Relic.
Coalition Relic.
Into a seal. So this is an interesting situation here, because Ragtime now gets to choose how much damage they will take.
Because he's got the Dark Confidant.
He's got the Bob. So what do you think he's gonna? How much damage do you think he's gonna take?
Well, if there's a utility land that he can grab that is going to lock Larry out of the game, I would probably take 0, right? You get a Wasteland or a Strip Man.
Yeah, I mean those are.
Or some other card that's going to win you the game on the spot.
See, I'm greedy with that much mana. How much mana do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's a lot of mana.
It's a lot of mana.
But with God Pharaoh's Gift on the board,
I go for the Ulabog Ceaseless Hunger take 10. I'm a Tron player, so I'm gonna go for the thing that's gonna hurt me a lot of damage.
He's certainly getting the Ulamog here.
Well, I mean, there's possibilities.
Let's
See, that's Command Beacon coming down for Larry. That God Pharaoh's statue is...
God Pharaoh's statue. I said God Pharaoh's gift earlier, I think.
You did. Similar set, but not really. One's from Hour of Devastation, one's from More Than Spark.
Pay 3 mana for a Goblin Welder.
That's an interesting payment there.
Because of the statue.
Yes. Yes, because of the statue.
Now we're going to reveal.
Let's see, what is happening here?
We're thinking.
It's like determining if we want to make another construct or not before that Urza Saga dies.
Yeah, that makes sense. And drawing Mind Twist.
Mind Twist. Interesting. Taking 1.
Should be 2, right?
Is it 1 black and X?
Doesn't X count as 1?
No. X counts as 0.
Did X used to count as 1? I feel like X
Maybe
used to
in
count as 1.
1994.
That's what I'm talking about. What do you think I'm talking about?
You know, back in 94.
Back in 94. Back in 94,
Yeah.
X used to mean something.
So, Ragtime did not take 3 from the crypt, but he has not reduced his life total for the Mind Twist, it looks like.
What life? Oh, from the Dark Confidant?
Yes. Skull Clamp. Oh, that's getting with the Urza Saga, that's right.
So Skull Clamp comes into play from Urza's Saga.
More draw power. Draw power, good. It's good. It's good. Sorry, I'm the man of many voices.
No. No apology necessary. Said the guy that was just talking like this a moment ago. And we've got 1 mana in the pool.
That looks like 4 mana.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Larry counting up. Mind Twist.
Interesting.
And yeah, that's gonna do it. Larry says
no
"You got
more."
it."
Okay.
After that explosive start, there's really not. There we go.
was a
That's
good
what we'd like
game.
to see. Good match, and we have a champion.
Yeah, we have a champion. It's going to be Ragtime for this event. I'm proud of all of our players that participated in this event. Eric is our champion for Champions of Commander number 11.
When is Commander Champions
Commander of Champions.
When is Commander of
It's actually Champions of Commander.
when when's the next tournament?
So we do our tournament the last Saturday of every month. So it'll be on August 28th, I want to say. Check my handy dandy calendar because I can't remember anything. I was wrong. It is going to be August 27th.
August 27th?
And that is our year anniversary for our Commander tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been doing this for one.
That's right, it'll be the 12th one.
Yeah, it'll be the year long, which is crazy to think. We have the smallest Commander tournament we've had for this event has been 28 players. The smallest.
The smallest.
And that was because of Command Fest Vegas.
Oh wow.
That was everything else has been in the 35s, 40s.
40s, and this
And
last
this
one,
this last one at this new location shattered our record. So we're hoping to get more for this one because it's our celebration one.
Well, I have to say from experience, it's a very fun tournament, and there's a lot of high-level gameplay and a lot of fun, good people.
Yes,
so
and I hear there might be an interesting challenger in the next one.
Is that right?
Yes. The champion from the original first one might be entering this one.
I don't know.
With the original deck.
I don't know who that is. Are we not allowed to talk about it? We've
It's going to be a surprise.
We've already said
We've
too
already
much.
said too much.
August 27th. Thank you so much. This has been MTG Open Mic with
I'm
OP
Sean.
Comics and Games with Sean, one of the owners.
Yep.
And that is the Champion Tournament of Commander Champions.
Champions of Commander tournament at OP Comics and Games in Santa Rosa, California.
I just kept mixing the words back and forth,
It's
hoping I would get it right
It's a
there
tongue
somewhere.
It's a tongue twister on purpose.
All right, thanks,
see you next
everyone.
time.
Take it easy.